Hello everyone, thanks for joining us on today's episode of Dark Enough. We have Dr. Manikandan with us. He's basically the resident binocular expert in the club. Yeah, we'll talk about binoculars today. So, hi Dr. Manikandan, nice to see you here.
Hi Shiva.
We can talk about how we use binoculars, why we use binoculars, and how you use it in Chennai, and why you chose binoculars over telescopes. And to start with, we can probably talk about what we have done in astronomy maybe over the last 1 month or so. So, what have you been up to? I know the weather has been a bit patchy, but
Yeah, thanks Shiva for inviting me on this podcast. It's a nice initiative. I always keep my eyes on the sky whenever I come home. What's the sky is gonna be like? Even a little bit of transparency, as they call, or some contrasty sky. I would usually try to go to the stairs and look at the. Have some look at peep into the sky. Last few weeks have been, as you say, the weather has been bad. I've tried. I actually recently bought one new. Added one binoculars to my collection and try to see. As they say, whenever you buy some new equipment, is always cloudy.
Mhm.
I couldn't see much of it. But yesterday, I was supposed to come to the Perseid meteor shower watching. I didn't
Okay.
make it. But I when past 2 nights, I tried going up and see through the clouds. See if I could see some brightest of the meteors.
Oh, nice.
But
How
I
many did you
didn't have
catch?
much time. No, none.
Okay.
No, I just waited for some 15 minutes or so. So
Okay.
just had some cases next day, so I couldn't spend much time. But I
Okay.
have seen Perseid showers in the past.
Okay.
I saw your photographs.
Mhm.
In the group. It's nice. With two pictures, you were lucky enough to get some two pictures out.
Yeah, I think we saw around 35 from like 1ish till 4:30 in the morning, and we were like fully clouded out between I think 2 to 3:30 or something.
Even 30 is good. 30 is good.
Yeah, we saw I think a couple of nice green ones, so they left behind a nice persistent trail after they were gone.
Well,
And the photo that we
okay.
posted, so when it got very cloudy after like 2 or something, I think around 4 there was a small patch of clearing towards south, and my camera was just basically pointing towards east and it was taking photos. I was like, there's no use of it, we'll probably just turn it and see what happens. And just after I turned, there was this meteor, so it was a very lucky shot.
What is it like interval timing or what? What were you? What was the setting?
No, I had an intervalometer connected, so I was shooting for like I
Hmm.
think 25-second exposures non-stop from 12:30 or something. So there was no tracking mount and anything. It was just a tripod facing, I think, roughly east and like 45 degrees up.
My yeah, my first experience with Perseid shower was like in 1998 or something
Hmm.
from my college terrace.
Okay,
Gathered up some my friends, like 20 of them, and went
nice,
went up to them. Went through the. It's difficult. Some small window through which we can access the terrace. We
nice.
sat there and waited for it. My friends started becoming impatient. I myself had not seen before. I didn't know what to expect at the time. But
Okay,
then it was yeah, it
nice.
was really big ones. It was Tanjavur is like very
Yeah.
dark skies, very nice.
And the 4 o'clock meteor was also lucky for other people because most of them had slept off after 2 because it was very cloudy. And around 3:45 or something, a frog actually came onto the tarpaulins that we generally use. And once it started,
It woke them up.
it woke everybody up. People were screaming, and then everybody was awake after that. And then the meteor came. So it was nice.
They Yeah, quite a good crowd you got yesterday, right?
Yeah, I think we had close to 28 people. We had like 5 kids. So it was a full
Okay,
crowd, but it was nice. It was a very nice crowd. Like we had fun. Like, we were making jokes
okay.
non-stop. It
I
was fun.
missed it.
Uh, so during the meteor shower, Vijay was there. He actually managed to
Vijay had
join at the
come.
line.
I thought he didn't initially didn't plan to come, right?
Yeah, he joined at the very last minute, so we managed to put him. So yeah, so Vijay kept telling about how he should have gotten the 2x binocular, and
I think naked eye would be always better.
so we'll talk about that binocular. And before that, maybe we'll talk about why we need a binocular, like what is a binocular, and
Yeah, yeah. It's basically binocular is a pair of telescopes
Mhm.
mounted together for one for each eye.
Okay,
So our brain mixes them up and gives them as a single image. It's natural to see with both eyes rather than squinting with one eye through a telescope, which,
yeah,
in other words, you can call it as a monocular.
yeah.
This is binocular. Ocular means eye, so it's two telescopes for each eye. This is basically that.
Like you told, right? It's easier to see with two eyes. I've always seen this issue with beginners. They actually struggle to put one eye against the eyepiece because uh, they're like, which eye should I close? How close should I go to the
Yes.
eyepiece? But with binoculars, everybody just keeps it like this. They have zero
Yeah.
confusion when it comes to that.
Yes. Yes. So this is a pair of binoculars. It's called a pair because it's two telescopes together. So this is one telescope. This
Hmm.
is a telescope which is mounted together, and this is the objective. This is the eyepiece, and this is the focus ring, and that's it. And there are two numbers which are commonly written on the binoculars. I think you can see it here, over here.
Yeah, I think it says 10 by 50,
Yeah,
10x 50,
NX50
and
and
6.5, I think.
6.5 degree. Yes. So we need to know what those numbers are.
Yeah.
So the 10x means that it's a 10 times magnification, and the 50 denotes the inner diameter of the eyepiece. I mean the object lens. So which means like if you're looking something at a distance of say 1,000 meters,
Hmm.
and somebody is watching with a naked eye from 100 meters, but you are watching through this binocular, which is the 10 times magnification, 10 times at 1,000 meters, what you see will be equivalent to a person looking from 100 meters distance of the
Okay.
same, the 10
Okay.
times
Yeah.
magnification. So it's really like how a person watches from 100 meters with a naked eye from 100 meters. We can see from 1,000 meters. That's what it is.
Okay.
And that 6.5 degree is the field of view which you can see at a distance
Okay.
when you see through the eyepiece.
Okay. And I think a very common misconception, or rather a doubt, when it comes to these numbers is many people think more magnification is better. And in binoculars, you often have, I think, you have 8x, there is 10x. I think there's also 12x that I've seen at times.
Yeah, those are common. I mean, it all ranges. It comes from 2x to
Yeah.
goes up to 25x, and many each has its own advantages. The
Hmm.
common there are three sets of magnification which they use.
Hmm.
The low power ones from 2 up to 7, 7.5 or so. From 7.5 to around 10, it's like mid range. The 12 and above are like high powered ones. I mean, high magnification ones. The low power ones, the advantage of low power ones are I mean, you can handle, I mean, with your hands. Like,
It's steadier to.
it's lighter, and it's steadier to hold. And I mean, the image will be very sturdy. It won't, it will not shake. I mean, once you go above 10, the equipment, the eyepiece becomes bigger. I mean, the opticals become bigger, the prisms become bigger, it becomes heavier. It's difficult to hold for a prolonged period of time, because when you want to watch, especially low, I mean, in a dark sky and very, I mean, low illumination, you need a steady hand and patience. More than anything, you need more patience, and you should not be just rapidly scanning around the things to see anything. If you want to see, just take your time, relax. You may not see right away anything right away. As you spend some time, you'll start seeing a lot of stars. as I say, I mean, I would like to say something about the dark adaptation. Our eyes take some time to adapt to darkness. Say it takes about anywhere between 20 to 45 minutes for fully dark adaptation, which means our eyes become sensitive to fainter lights. I don't want to go about the rods and the cones and all that. Just to say, if you want to see more, just spend some, about 15 to 20 minutes time in darkness without seeing any stray lights or brighter objects. Just preserve your eyes. Then you start looking through the binoculars. But before that, don't, if you buy a binocular, don't straight away go look at the night sky. I would advise you to look during the day times, because you'll get to know about the equipment, how it handles to set up the equipment. Where is it? Because in the dark, you may not know where the knobs are, where
Yeah.
those things are. So you'll get a hang of it. Spend some time, because in the daytime only you can see the how to set up the binoculars. I would like to show how this basic binoculars operate.
Okay.
Like these two eyepieces has to go one for the each eye at the thing, which can be adjusted for different persons, like this.
So basically based on the size of your head.
Yeah, interpupillary distance. The first thing you do is you remove all the caps, front and back, and then adjust the interpupillary distance first. Then try to look at something at a distance through your eyes. First, you may not get a single image. Our aim is to get us a single round image, a circular image, not a double image, two images separately, which what they show in cinemas and TVs. When they show a binocular, somebody is looking
Yeah.
through a binocular, they'll show two circles to represent a binocular, which is not the way you see when you see through a binocular. You will see a single image, a circular single image, which you'll get by adjusting your interpupillary distance. First thing is that. Then what you do is like there are some few adjustments over here. There's some diopter adjustment for the right eye. This is central focus.
Okay.
These are the eye cups which you can pull out.
Okay.
If you're wearing glasses, you go, close the eye cups fully, so that
Okay.
you're closer to the here, so your eyes are closer to your
Eyepiece.
the eyepiece. If you're not wearing it, you can pull it out.
Okay.
Okay. There are some things. Like first thing you do is first adjust the interpupillary distance. Then what you do is close the right eye,
Okay.
the right objective with your hands, or put the eye cap, which comes with the binoculars, and then bring it towards your eye and look at a distance and use the central knob.
Okay.
Use the central knob to bring the object to a sharp focus
Okay.
and just leave it. Then next step is to close the left objective, and then again look at the same object and adjust the diopter setting. This is to adjust between the difference between both eyes, because our eyes are not perfect. Both eyes are not perfect. So some have a difference between both eyes. Most of them will have. So you need to adjust the diopter. Once that is done, then open both eyes, both objectives, and look at the object, and then use this thing. Once that
Okay.
is done, you need to touch the diopter adjustment again.
Okay.
But just put it down. Where is it?
Okay.
And so that in case somebody adjusts or by mistake it's changed, you can set it easily. So that's about it. This is interpupillary distance adjustment, then eye cup adjustment, then close the left eye, open the right eye, adjust through the focus through the central knob, then close the left eye, then open the right eye, look at the same object, adjust the diopter, then open both eyes and adjust the central knob to get the finer adjustment, and then that's it. You
Okay.
not hereafter. Hereafter only this adjustment, central knob adjustment would be enough to see different objects. So this type of binocular is called a prism. There are two different type of binoculars. One is Galilean type. One is prismatic type.
Okay.
The Galilean type is the one which this one.
So
Here
this
there
is
are
your 2x binocular.
yeah, this is the 2x binocular. So here there are only two lenses, one in the front and one at the back. One in the front is convex type. One at the back is a biconcave type. It's
Okay.
called Galilean because this is similar to the design which Galileo used to find the Jupiter and its moon at the time.
Okay.
So this one also has the lens at the both ends, but both are convex type. But there are other things which makes this construction. There are some prisms here, prisms which reflects and makes the image erect. Normally,
Okay.
when you see in a telescope, in an astronomical type of telescope, the image is inverted.
Yeah.
But in binoculars, it's always erect. Prisms do two things. One, it erects the image. Also, it shortens the
Length of the thing.
length of the. Another, this is porotype. There's another type of prism called roof type,
Okay.
which is narrower. This one is like wider and little heavier. Those binoculars are narrower.
I think those are the ones that have like a straight tube from the
Straight
objective.
tube, just
Yeah.
straight tube. It's not. There is no.
That
Here
bend is
the
not
light
there.
travels like an Z, a zigzag. There it is like straight like that. So it's shorter and it's lighter.
Okay.
It's can be used for astronomy as well, but it's mostly used for birding.
Okay.
Because it's very lighter and it's easy to carry around.
Your 2x binocular, does it give you an erect image or is it inverted?
Erect. It's an erect image. Even without
The prism, yeah, the lens takes
this
care of that.
biconcave one does an erect image.
Okay.
Something of note, I made a gully when I was in my school. I made some few telescopes at the time. One was an astronomical one, and then the terrestrial one, and then one Galilean one. The Galilean one I had for a longer time. I used to, that's because it was little shorter than the other ones.
Okay.
It was direct and it was easier to see with that one. They're made with some PVC tubes and the lenses which you get which you use in school labs, and the eyepieces that are used for the watch glasses.
Okay.
Watch glasses they repair, no? So
Yeah.
took
I think
it
it's
out.
called a loop or something. Yeah.
The loops, kind of small loop.
Yeah.
So pry those lenses out, grind the edges of the lens to fit into the PVC coupling and all that. I made my friends do those things.
Nice.
Make use to making fun out of it.
But yeah, I think the lesson here is like the best telescope or even the best binocular is the one that we all use the most.
Yes.
So
sure. Yeah.
I think it's important to consider portability and all this when we get any gear.
Definitely. Yeah, that's as when you say portability, this is the one as you say. This you can carry anywhere. You put it in your bag. Anywhere you go, you take it. It serves multiple uses. It's not just astronomy. You can use it for daytime viewing when you're for a trip, birding, everything you can use.
Yeah.
It's quite handy.
Yeah. So personally, when people ask me, like I'm just getting started in astronomy, what should I buy? At least I recommend them to get a binocular because if at all they lose their interest, they can at least do birding with this.
Yeah, less
Yeah.
thing on their pocket and all that. Now it doesn't become one
They can use it for something.
decorative equipment.
So yeah, talking about things to buy. So how should someone?
Yeah, that's one about the binocular. The first thing at the binocular, like as I said, I myself made telescopes, but my aim was to get one large telescope. I used to read so much about so much about telescoping books and magazines, and then internet came, then those internet blogs and cloudy nights and all that. But never invested. I kept on looking and looking and looking, and then after all those things, first thing I bought was binoculars, not telescope, because then I just followed the standard advice which people into astronomy give. First buy a binocular, then join a local astronomy club. I was fortunate to find a club which was perfect. What do you call this? Perfect amateur club. Nothing commercial about it. Just a bunch of people interested in astronomy and nerding it about. So I met them. I wanted to see how it is. Like, you cannot, no matter how much videos and books you read, unless
Yeah.
till you see and feel it, how you, what kind of image you're going to get.
Yeah.
No point investing so much money
Correct.
buying the telescope. And another thing which I say to others also, sky is not going anywhere, stars are not going anywhere. Whatever we see are like
Correct.
some old light. So take your time, by one, not everything as in one go. Just take your time. And so first thing I will also recommend binoculars, because it's other things needs little training and takes time to set up,
Correct.
and need some perfect skies
Correct.
to see and get a better vision.
And yeah, like you said, it's very easy to use a binocular. Like anybody can, figure out how to spot objects. So yesterday when the meteor shower happened, we actually had like a mini DSO observation session or a star party before it, like from 10-ish to like 12 or something. And we were
Okay.
showing like whatever nebulae, star cluster and all was visible. And some people actually wanted to try and spot. So we were teaching them how to use the finder scope and the telescope and all, and they all found it difficult. Once we showed them the binocular, they were actually like very
It's
new
very
people who,
intuitive.
yeah, they all found Andromeda galaxy. Some of them even found
Oh, you could
clusters.
see Andromeda, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
it's up I think by one or something.
Yeah, I saw. I mean, yesterday when I was looking for Perseid,
Okay.
like I saw the cloud where Andromeda is supposed to be.
So people find it very easy to use, and when you have a fresher like finding out a galaxy, on their very first stargazing experience, it really
Yeah,
boosts their
I
confidence.
still remember. I still remember I was seeing through your telescope. The,
Mhm.
the most impressive thing which I saw through your telescope, which was I think Elegri, I think Elegri or somewhere, was this Centaurus and like a globular cluster was like
Omega
amazing.
Centauri.
And then the Jupiter, those bands and the spot was amazing. That was first time I had seen a planet with some features. All other time, this is that spot of light is planet. Never seen some feature. That was the first time. I could never forget.
So yeah, maybe now we'll talk about things to consider while buying a binocular. So we were talking about magnification, we were talking about objective and all this. So can you like briefly tell us about what magnification to choose or what objectives we should choose, the pros and cons
Yeah,
of it?
yeah. Thing is, for you should decide what's the purpose. Are you going to use for only for astronomy, or if you want to use for multiple purposes? But that sweet spot of like you can use for multiple purposes between and astronomy, like 7.5 to say 10 to 12.
Okay.
That beyond that, it's very difficult to use it with bare hands. You need some proper mounting, such as tripod or a parallelogram mount and all that to hold it steady,
Okay.
because the image is gonna go
Yeah.
between it. You'll start getting dizzy. The thing is, you should imagine a 1 millimeter movement will be like magnified 8 times. It's eight
Yeah.
like 10 times. As you go up and up, it's like even a fraction of movement, it's gonna
Correct.
make your vision go haywire, and you'll soon get bored, and it'll be too heavy. Also, you will not be able to hold it for long.
Correct.
Need some special equipment. So the best would be like 7.5 to 12. I would say, yeah. I mean, like if you are younger, and you want to just see learn the sky, like less than 40 or so, maybe you can start with the 7.5, 7.5x or the 7.5 or 50 or a 35 would be enough.
Okay.
If why we say this is 7 point, it's something called exit pupil.
Yeah.
And it helps you in deciding what kind of binoculars you would like to buy.
Okay.
So to show, like if you want, I'll show what is an exit pupil. You hold it about a 30 centimeter in front of your eyes
Mm-hmm.
and point it to some bright object. You can see
Like a circle.
two circles in center of the eyepiece.
Yeah.
That's called exit pupil.
Okay.
That exit pupil we can measure.
Just the diameter, I guess.
Yeah, the diameter. So that exit pupil is the image which is coming out of this binoculars. Though that light has to go into your eyes through your pupil, and pupil there's a limitation. Like ours ranges from 2.5 up to 7. Our eye, our pupil can contract and dilate,
Expand. Okay.
expand. Yeah, contract and dilate. When you see a brighter object, it it's like an aperture in a
Yeah.
camera. It's automatic. It senses light, goes to the brain, and then through the nerve reflectors, it just constricts so that our retina doesn't get overloaded by light signals. And in darkness, it becomes wider, so that's to gather a lot of light. So the maximum it can dilate is about 7 mm, 7, 8 mm. But as you grow older, that our eyes loses the capacity to dilate.
Okay.
It's after 40 or so, it doesn't dilate more than 5 mm.
Okay.
So 10, the how to calculate it is not, you need not measure the
Diameter
exit
of this.
pupil
Yeah.
with a scale or something. The simplest way is to divide the objective eyepiece by the magnification. For
Objective, I
this
guess.
one, yeah, for this one is a 10 by 50. So divide the 50 millimeters, like 50 millimeters diameter divided by the 10 times. So it gives 5 millimeter. So that's the exit pupil. So the larger exit pupil, you'll get a brighter image. So in a 7x 50, you get 50 by 7 is like 7
Around
7s
7
are
point.
49.
Yeah.
So around 7 millimeters. So that's the maximum you can go. So your eye also can dilate that much. So all other things you can say, if you're using 7x50 is used by an older person, all those lights are getting wasted. You can call that because your pupil is going to
Yeah.
get only 5 millimeters of light. So all other light will be hitting on the iris.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't go in, but doesn't matter. Even if it's a bigger one,
Mm-hmm.
it's your, you can it gives the same amount of brightness, but it will be comfortable. Your exit pupil is going to be very small. As you go, magnification becomes higher and higher, like 15 by 10, for an example. The magnification, the exit pupil is going to become very small. You have to the image becomes much darker.
You get to see a lot of vignetting, I guess, on the sides.
Vignetting also is possible, and its image also becomes darker. But, vignetting is if you get in the night. In the morning, it will be okay because your eyes also, because of the ambient light, your pupil also is smaller. If you're looking during the daytime, it might be fine when you're using higher magnification. But when you're looking at night, when you're looking at the dark skies, you need a little wider exit pupil. So it brightens up the image.
So,
So
if somebody is very young and they want, let's say, like very bright images, they should go for a 7 by 50.
yes, 7x30, and because as you reduce the magnification and all that, the construction becomes smaller. It's easier for them to smaller. A child or someone to hold 7x35, 7x50. It's easier to hold. Little grown-up people can handle a little more. Like this, I don't remember how much is the exact weight. It probably weighs around
300, 400 grams,
600 or so.
600 grams. Okay.
Maybe a kilo, maybe 1 kg probably. I think
Okay.
so because the optics, the prisms, and the body and everything carries weight.
Yeah. So, if let's say somebody is somewhat old and their eye doesn't, contract that much, then it,
Dilate that much.
dilate that much. Sorry. Then it doesn't really make sense to buy a 7 by 50 because that light is getting wasted.
Yes, you can say in a way,
Yeah.
but it will be like they have more light to play with. Like
Okay. So if I shake also,
it
it's
is
going to be.
wasted in
Yeah.
the technically it is waste. You can call that it is all that what you is coming out. It is not going into the brain. You can say, but you have a brighter image circle. You don't have to exactly keep
Correct.
your
Correct.
eyes in the center of the image to
Yeah.
perfectly align with your retina.
So it compensates for a little shaky hands.
Compensates for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even older people can use
Okay.
thing the same one.
Okay. And another question I have is, I see some binoculars have this nitrogen gas filled or argon gas filled and all this. So what difference does that make?
And those are like mostly for waterproofing.
Okay.
It's purged, they say. They purge with nitrogen. So it doesn't, I mean, yeah, I mean, sometimes you get other gases, it can cause fogging inside because these are all empty tubes inside.
Yeah.
It's not the lens. So those can get fogged. Those inert gases doesn't fog and
Okay.
it helps in, I mean, as they say, waterproofing. I don't know how that helps. But mainly, I think it's for fogging.
Okay.
And the thing is, other more than that, and the thing is, I would concentrate on the coatings.
Okay.
Coatings on the lenses and the prisms. As you, I mean, the cost of the binoculars go up, the coatings are better. The because every interface of the light between an optical surface, there is some reflection, some scattering, and all that. The coating reduces that.
Okay.
So there is, I mean, binocular of this sort, there are multiple surfaces. The lens, I mean, objective, front and back, then the prisms, the set of prisms, the internal reflections, and then the eyepiece, front and back. So if you're wearing glasses,
Yeah.
so many,
Yeah.
it becomes dimmer. If you want, I mean, as cost becomes higher, the coating becomes better. It shows, I mean, less light is wasted by reflection
Okay.
and improves the contrast. Contrast by mean where you can differentiate, I mean, between the dark and the light object, you can make a difference.
So if I have to choose between like two expensive binoculars and one has more, or I would say better coatings, the other has like maybe argon gas filled, I should choose the one with better coatings.
Yes, yes, but most of them in that price will have that
Okay.
both together.
Okay.
So because nobody would be spending some coating and
Correct.
cheaping out on the
Okay.
gas.
Okay. And I know that you personally have a whole bunch of accessories around binoculars itself. And can you talk
Not
about them?
much, not much. Search by as I said, like one by one I gathered.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing which you need to buy is like this called an L clamp
Mm-hmm.
on the top of this. This is this L. This has the a screw, a standard screw which you can connect to a camera or anything. So here also the binoculars have a.
Thread, I
Can
think.
I say?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can open this. So you can connect this here and use this to connect to a tripod so that
Okay.
your hands are free. So let me show. So this is done. Here I have connected to a monopod
Mm-hmm.
because in so I'll come about the monopod. You can with this L clamp you can connect it to a monopod or a tripod, whichever you want, and your hands are free so
Mm-hmm.
that your shakiness of your hand, you can have a steady look. I mean steady vision at the object.
I think it's also easier to hold something like this rather than lift your hand like this for a long time.
No, with if a tripod, you don't have to hold anything.
Yeah, no, but with the monopod, I mean.
Yeah, the monopod, yes, monopod. More advantage of the monopod is like you can easily change the direction wherever you want. Like
Okay.
look up here,
Yeah.
look down on the horizon, everything. For the tripod, Like if it has a video head, you can turn up and down like this and that. But every time if you are looking up, you have to bend your body to go and look at it. Here you can, there also you can lift up the tripod height, but this is much handier with a monopod. You can adjust the height, and what you can do is put it on the ground and lean it against your head and hold it with your hand so that it's steady.
Okay.
Instead of holding your whole weight on your arms,
Yeah.
here you can support it on the ground and just turn it around and look look wherever you want.
Okay.
The one problem with binoculars is looking
Directly up, I think.
yeah, like say about above 60 degree
Okay.
from the horizon. There you need to
Like turn your.
like bend your necks. Extend your necks. You'll get hurt. So where you need, there are some solutions for that. Some mounts are there. Something called parallelogram mounts. There also you need to use this L clamp to connect
Okay.
to those specialized mounts where you can use it for binoculars. Where you sit on a chair nearby next to the parallelogram mount, and where you can adjust wherever you want to, even up you can adjust, and it will be like this.
So
You
it's
can see.
basically you add like a reclining chair with a specialized
Yes,
tripod.
specialized tripod. So I don't have that one. I initially thought of buying that one, and then I thought of I think it's too much for a binocular. I felt because the binocular is supposed to be simple. You need to carry it, making it making it too complicated for to set up and all that. Maybe buy like say high powered binoculars like 25 by 100 or something like that. Maybe that time we can use those things. Otherwise, a reclining chair, which I bought from Amazon for about 3,000 or so. You get it in Decathlon also. Those kind of chairs you can lean and look at the zenith. Yeah, and hold it steady. And there are multiple people have come up with different kinds of contraptions to hold the binoculars. If you go through the different websites and blogs, they have something coming from here
Yeah.
attached to the chair without holding anything. Here, at least you have to hold it with your hand
Yeah.
of this handle.
Hmm.
There you don't have to hold anything. People have some sip beer or something and look at the sky.
I actually saw something similar. So a guy built like a rotating chair. He
Yeah,
connected it to this joystick, and he
yeah,
has like two giant telescopes basically mounted as a
yes.
binocular, and he can just,
Motorized ones
yeah.
and look around. Yes, yeah, the different kinds are there. And so these are the basically this L clamp, a tripod or a monopod. I would suggest a monopod.
Hmm.
This is a very cheap one. Like I got it for about 2,000 rupees.
Okay.
It's served me like more than 8 years now. That's enough actually. And under the chair.
Yeah.
So that will be the like easiest way to
Get
look at the
started. Yeah.
get look get started. And as I say, it's patience, and you need to go multiple trips. Multiple nights, learn the different seasons and how the stars move through the night and which stars. Constellations, all those things. This is a very good asset with you.
And it
And
also lasted you a long time, I guess. So if you choose the right equipment, I think most astronomical gear lasts for very long.
as you say, I've not
Yeah.
cleaned it up, nothing. A lot of people have some collimation issue and all those things. If you invest in a reasonably good priced equipment, it should last well. Unless you drop it or something. I have dropped quite a few times, but nothing has happened so far, luckily.
So yeah, I think the takeaway is we should research properly and buy what you need, so you don't keep buying something or the other.
The other common questions that people ask, like which one to buy.
Brand.
Can you suggest some brands or something or thing? My research of, I usually, I take some photographs also, photography into photographers when I was younger. So I went with companies which make cameras. Like I thought they are good in optics, so they should be good in this also. So I went with this Nikon. So Canon also makes binoculars. Pentax makes binoculars. Olympus makes binoculars. There are other specialized binocular makers and telescope makers have their own ranges like Overwork, then Celestron, Orion, and so on. And now a lot of Chinese companies have come also. Bony is good one. And right now, most of them are rebranded ones. Some like most are made in Taiwan or China, and with some cosmetic differences. It's branded in different names in different countries. So right now, as I have gone through, as I followed the binocular evolution, I have seen right now the best choice would be like if you spend more than say 7,000 rupees in Indian rupees, like most of them are good. So I'm
Okay.
not specifying a specific
Single
brand.
brand. Okay.
Yeah. So what you should look for is like coated optics, then back BAK, back four prisms,
Okay.
and that's called barium crown glass. It's called a back
Okay.
four prism. The cheaper ones, they have prisms made out of some called BK prisms and other cheaper prisms.
Okay.
Those prisms are cheaper to make because they are not coated and it reduces the performance of the
Okay. Okay.
back four prism. You can go for this 4 type, this
Okay.
4 type binoculars or a roof type binocular. But 4 type is little sturdier, but it's at the same time it's heavier
Okay.
and it's cheaper when compared to a roof type prism.
Okay.
But the advantage of the roof type is it's compact, small, and easy to carry. But usually, it doesn't manipulation doesn't go more than 8 or so.
Okay.
Some specialized ones are around 10, but other most of the standard ones are like I mean 4 type.
Okay.
So if you are like traveling a lot, go for a waterproof.
Okay.
So each the whatever I said, I mean those technical details. Each as you add, so like, adds about 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees more. Like
Mm-hmm.
the waterproof one, between a waterproof one and a non-waterproof one, the difference is about 2,000 rupees.
Okay.
So most of them, I'm saying, is the basic ones. Like there are, I mean, like the same 10x 50 can cost from 500 rupees to lakhs, depending on. There are some Zeiss binoculars and Swarovski binoculars. So each have their own advantage. So you get what you pay for.
Mm-hmm.
But what I see sweet spot is you go more than 7,000 rupees. But right now, I mean, everything has become costlier after COVID.
Yeah.
So like this, I bought for about 7,700 like 8 years ago, 8 9 years ago. Now it's no longer in manufacture, but this is a Nikon Aquilon,
Okay.
Aquilon type. Now it's replaced by Action, a
Okay.
Nikon, which is waterproof one. It costs around 14,000 now.
Okay.
So at around 7,000, I find this 7 8,000. I find SB Bonies are available now.
Okay.
SB Boni 10x50 is available. There are Pentax, Olympus around that 10,000 rupees, 7 to 10,000 rupees cost. If somebody is coming from abroad, you can ask them to buy, so you can save on some import prices.
Okay.
Here, otherwise, here where you can get is like I got it this one in Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
It was fine. You can buy it in Tejraj, then Space Arcade, then Indian binocular shops. Then there are some modern telescope. So there are 4 websites which I've seen commonly is Galileo telescope. Then there is one Orion or some
Orion Scientific.
Orion scientific. I think they don't have much binoculars. I think, but this Indian binocular shop. Then this one Photoshop. Photocart, I think. Photocart.in or something. They have a good collection of binoculars. Good. The Nikon ones also they are having.
I think it comes for the birding audience.
But it's
Yeah.
even the 10x50s and the astronomical ones are available.
Okay. Okay.
Not just for birding alone.
Okay.
There are like some specialized things which you can add. I had actually one more accessory which I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
I had, I don't have it right now nearby. Is um, solar filter.
Yeah.
Solar filter for this eyepiece, which you can add in front of it and screw it up, with which you can watch, you can observe
Mm-hmm.
sunspots, eclipse, and all that. So it's customary to say never watch sun through a telescope unless you have some special thing in between front of the object.
Okay. So one other question I wanted to ask is, I know you own a telescope, like an 8-inch Dobsonian, the same that I have. So when do you go for a Dobsonian versus, or any telescope versus when do you go for a binocular? And now that you have a 2x binocular, like when do you use that and when do you use your 7 by 50?
That
And maybe after that we'll talk about, what objects you can actually see through a binocular.
yes. The one this I added to, this 2x binocular I added mostly because I become older and started wearing glasses. This is a progressive lens which I found out which is difficult to see because it's only the upper part
Okay.
shows and I have
Far up.
myopia,
Okay.
so far object. So I couldn't see the whole sky as such. So
Okay.
I thought something of a little wide field
Mm-hmm.
to scan the sky. I just added to my collections. I've not started using it. I will
I think
probably
it will also probably help with light pollution, I guess, because
yes.
yeah.
It's definitely brightens up because it's 42 mm.
Okay. Aperture objective.
Aperture, which is like objective, which is like 6 times your what your naked eye is gonna see. So the
Okay.
light collection is amazing, and this one the exit pupil doesn't translate well like a prismatic one. It's more
Okay.
it's in a virtual what do you call that exit pupil because
Okay.
it's a con biconcave. It's
Okay.
just somewhere around there. You cannot exactly point where it's the image is. It's actually formed inside your
Okay.
eye or something like that.
Okay.
So you cannot make an image. You cannot compare it to a
Normal binocular.
regular telescope like a prismatic. A biconvex on both sides.
Okay.
So that's the one thing about that. So when did I buy? Added a telescope to my collection. Like first I wanted to, as I said, I wanted to feel the telescope, look what to expect from a telescope, not the some fancy images which we see in
Photos.
photos. So I went one of those star parties and got a then I went for telescope. So it's mine was like so I'm kind of a little conservative guy. I went with the naked eye, then this binocular, then 8-inch Dobsonian, which many recommend as a lifelong companion. Even
Mine
you
has
are,
been around for 13 years now.
yeah, lifelong companion. Yes, I say because you can use anytime you want. Like even if you're bored, even if you, it's quite handy. I mean, in the larger telescope world, it's quite handy compared to other ones. So it's simple mechanism. So I thought I went with a Dobson 8-inch Dobson. Then I always, as I said, I take some photographs, but I always wanted to take some photographs of the stars. I was looking at those trackers. I have a DSLR, so I was looking at those trackers for a longer time. But before that time, those now the smarter telescopes have come.
Mm-hmm.
So went with that. So I bought a one C Star S30 Pro.
Okay.
So in collection, which I think I cover most of the things for people who don't have much time in your hand. One 10x50, an 8-inch Dobsonian, and maybe a lighter, smaller, cheaper smart telescope. Probably the way to go.
Yeah,
for the time being. If you're really into those, I mean, like you want to get the perfect photographs and all those things, then it's a different story.
correct. So let's say the sky is clear today, like, what would you go for and why? Like, would you choose your binocular or would you choose your Dobsonian, and why?
If it depends on the time of the year and all those things, and then depend on my mood. It's like what to do. I mean, like there's something. Astronomy compels your mind to look upwards. Like if you want to relax or something, it's you have a stressful day or something. You want to relax. You can listen to music, and this another thing is you can watch the sky and learn about the. There's something to learn because the sky is gonna be different each season. Sometimes I challenge what I can look from the center of the city with a binocular,
Okay.
and that's what I was doing when I bought the binoculars. And I was trying to look at, I mean, locate the Andromeda. I could actually. It was like just a smudge. It was like an amazing day, and I was like coming and telling my wife and about this. I saw the Andromeda, which I've been wanting to see for such a long time since my childhood, and that was the first thing I saw through was this binoculars. But it was just a smudge. You can imagine what you can see from the center of the city. But it makes you. I mean, when you challenge yourself, it makes you learn. I mean, where exactly you want to have to look, how to star hop,
Yeah.
how many degrees, and which star is going to be brighter in the cities. All those things it definitely helps. It's a great time pass, and you can learn. And it's every time as you go up in see how the star moves and across the sky, you actually travel out of the earth. I mean, like see how the earth moves around the sun. I mean, like
Yeah.
which makes you like it makes you think. I mean, how this seasons change and all those things, ecliptic. There's a lot of things you can learn. I mean,
Yeah.
like as you spend more time in this with the sky.
So through a binocular, like how much details can you see? Like for example, I think planets do not show much detail because of the resolution, I think. And when it comes to DSOs, again, what can you expect?
From city, the best I mean object to see is the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Moon by itself is like you have so many features
Yeah.
you can see. This will be like one of I mean you can see moon for like probably an hour together. I mean hour with the binoculars because it's gonna just float
Yeah,
in
in 3D.
because this is the difference between seeing a moon through a binocular and a moon and a telescope is that it's gonna you'll really feel it like it's just floating in the sky. Otherwise you'll just when you're seeing with the naked eye you might see just a disc, but when you see through a binoculars you can see it's actually a trickery of your brain. It makes you feel like it's really a ball it's
Yeah.
suspended in the space. And you can as the different phases you can see different features. You can if you're having a moon map with you, you can note the different features on the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And eclipses you can see there's a moon that's with the moon.
Okay. I think Venus will show faces in the
Yeah,
binocular.
Venus you can show poses not with the 10x50 but with
Okay.
maybe if you're going for 12x or I mean 15x,
Okay.
there you can see the Venus faces of the moon Venus. But 10x50 is like difficult.
Okay. And I think Jupiter will probably
You can
show a
see the
little.
Jupiter, definitely Jupiter and all the four moons. And as you watch, I mean, for a few hours or so, you can see the moon changing its position.
Mm-hmm.
All those things you can follow.
But do you also see like the surface details on Jupiter with I don't know,
No,
maybe, yeah,
no,
you just see it like a white disk, I think.
white disk. Saturn, you probably maybe it's the name. We can't say it may
Yeah,
be it may not
it
be a
looks
perfect
like an
disk,
elongated thing.
slightly elongated, but it is difficult to appreciate with a 10x50
Okay.
whether it's an aberration or really a feature of the Saturn. But if it's a little more magnification, then you can see a
Okay.
planet. It's where this one scores is for clusters
Okay.
like Pleiades, then the Beehive. Then even this Centaur, Omega Centauri,
Yeah.
Omega Centauri. Then this the Corona, this Borealis,
Yeah.
Corona, those things. This basically I can scan the constellation. Then instead of just scanning randomly around the sky, which automatically, generally we do when we go up initially, but as day goes by, then you pick a part of the sky,
Mm-hmm.
just concentrate, just learn about that part of the sky for a longer time, just go deeper and deeper, and with the help of the maps
Mm-hmm.
or apps, you can find different features. There are some websites and which sends you like newsletters what to watch during this month or so,
Okay.
like those things. There are some books which help you see. So there are some books called binocular highlights,
Okay.
like 100 things to see,
Yeah.
binoculars, those kind of things. It challenges you instead of just randomly going and looking at some stars and then just be happy about it. As you go repeatedly, then you can go try all those things. But when you, this is actually, I'm telling you from the city.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go to the dark sky, this is as good as
Telescope.
8 incher. This major clusters and all those things. Not for the DSOs. I mean, simple as DSOs you can see, but not the fainter ones, the smaller ones.
Just to add to this, I've read that when you look through a binocular, like even with the same aperture, like for example, like you have a 7 by 50. If I had like two or maybe 150 telescope, this will actually be brighter because of what your brain
Yeah,
does.
both, because you have two telescopes, two eyes, and our
The brain
eye,
signals. Yeah.
brain merges them and makes them brighter,
Yeah.
enhances them. Like what smart camera,
Yeah.
smart telescopes can do. Our eyes are much better and our
Yeah.
brains are better than all those software trickery to do, other than the color.
So a lot of people actually like binoculars for seeing like faint nebulae and all because it's, I think the number is somewhere around root 2 times, so about 1.4 times brighter compared to just using one eye.
One eye, yes.
So I think in magnitude terms it comes to about 1.35 magnitude. No, sorry, 0.35 magnitude,
Hmm.
which is actually a big number when you can think about.
Yes, yes.
So to wrap it up, if you're a beginner or even an experienced astronomer who wants to like quickly look at something, a binocular is like a very good instrument.
Yes, yes.
The right pair of binoculars, you can actually own it for a lifetime and do. You can do birding, you can do maybe airplane watching, you can also do astronomy. Yeah. And again, another thing is you should probably get a tripod or a monopod to make it easier for you to observe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, to add on to that, like yeah, as you say, like it becomes your companion wherever you go, wherever whichever trip you go. It just put it in your bag instead and go. And to my surprise, my daughter and my wife started asking whether have you not brought the binoculars in the trips nowadays? Because once they started looking through the binoculars and start seeing the feature, whatever they can see, birds and all that.
Hmm.
They are asking me to carry. Bring one. Even if I forget, they remind me to bring.
That's nice.
My daughter is about 9, 10 years old. She's able to handle the weight.
Okay.
Fine. This connectivity is fine for at least for terrestrial view.
Okay. Nice. So I think that brings us to the end of the session. So thank you, Dr. Manikandan, for doing this. It was very nice talking to you.
Yeah, yeah,
Hopefully, we'll catch up in another star party soon.
yeah. Soon. Is anything coming up?
We might do one in September. I think September 11th or 12th. I think like, there's a Saturday, Sunday, and the new moon is on a Friday, so it's quite close to the weekend.
Yeah, that's probably the beginning of
The season year.
season and right time for the Andromeda.
Correct.
It'll be right.
Andromeda.
I think we have never been to a star puppy during that September time. I think
Yeah, usually it
maybe I
starts
have
to
not.
rain or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think generally October, November is when we start a star parties, but this year we have been willing to take some risk.
yeah, yeah.
We did a star party even in May, I think this year, May or something. So
Yeah, I was part of it. I came one.
Oh yeah, correct. So usually we used to wind up by February or March, but this year and I think the last year we have been a bit risk taking. So we want to do as many star parties as possible. So if the weather forecast is good, we will do it.
Then another one thing I wanted to ask, what makes you do this?
It's actually a lot of fun when you do it with company because see right now behind my house there's this huge bus stand and there's also a metro construction going on.
Okay.
So most of the astronomy I do is like astrophotography because visually it is somewhat difficult to do the kind of objects that I enjoy.
Yeah.
Like I tend to go for all these faint galaxies and nebulae that have like like even magnitude 10 or 11 is like their starting range. So, and the contrast is also quite low. So unless I use some filters from the city, it becomes very difficult. So the
Mhm.
only astronomy I do from Chennai these days is either planets or even solar astronomy, and I
Okay.
tend to do some astrophotography. But I really like doing these faint galaxies and also
So
I
which is
want to go some, yeah, so we have to go out and again with company it's always very good. Like this meteor shower was actually one of the most fun events that we have had,
it's good.
and like all of us enjoyed it. Like we had a meeting with all the organizers yesterday, and everybody was like this was fun, like even more fun than
Mm.
star parties because when we have star parties we just do our observation, we teach people, and there is like another side that does astrophotography. This time we were all just lying around on the floor
Yeah.
on the tarp. We were eating snacks and we were just chatting all night.
Nice.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more fun, and I enjoy being there. I also enjoy like teaching people, and also yeah. So it's
Yeah.
just
It's a thing I wanted to ask you always. I mean, all the time because it's not that easy to. I mean, when you're working and at the same time organizing your school trips and organizing star parties. And another thing I wanted to say, whoever is listening, it's like very, very. I mean, like professionally held. I mean, organized. Nothing commercial about it. And even to the last bit of money, he will like calculate and share and divide, and there's no cheating.
yeah. I mean, uh, see, another thing is like when it comes to organizing these events, right? We have gained a lot of experience because we've been doing this for I think 12, 13 years now, and we have like a very strong team of people who are doing it. And again with AI and all, like most of the things are automated now. So when I put out a star party form, I just ask my agent to just
Okay,
create a form. It's pushed, it's done, and
okay. Helps helping you now.
yeah. So putting out the form takes like five
But
minutes,
still,
and
those things are like least of your efforts. Other thing is organizing them and bringing
yeah,
them back, bringing back safely, and all those things.
yeah. I think that's another reason why we like that site that we usually go to because Param has been like a godsend when it comes to this. So we don't have to worry too much about food or stay because we know he's going to take care of it.
Yeah, and all other places we have to organize and
Yeah.
get those food, and this is
Food is a huge headache because,
and it
yeah.
tastes.
So here the food is not just safe, it is also very tasty, like you said. So
Yeah.
even if it's cloudy, we just go eat nicely and we come back. So
Yes.
yeah, that helps. So thank you, doctor.
Thank you.
I
Thank
really
you.
want to look through your 2x binocular someday. So maybe
Yeah.
in September.
Actually, yesterday took it up and like around 10 o'clock. I took my daughter as well just to see if there's some early meteors, something which I know it is like peak around
Hmm.
2 o'clock or so. Just wanted to see if there's anything before I go to sleep. Just, but it was
We
too much
actually
dark.
caught two bright ones at I think 12:30 ish or something.
Hmm.
So weirdly enough, we didn't see any bright ones after 2 o'clock. There was only one at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
the two bright ones we saw were actually before that.
Yeah, it's the same thing which happened. I mean, 98 or so.
Okay.
It's like the initial ones were the brighter ones. The other later ones were like not so bright. But another thing is, I actually saw from few year like maybe 2020 or 19 from Chennai.
Okay.
I think my eyes were like really darkly adapted or so. I saw so many. I have never seen
Hmm.
like, but those were not bright at all.
Okay.
Those are like faint ones, small, small ones.
Hmm.
I remember like from my balcony, I saw. I
Hmm.
mean, like so many just streaks, very, 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 very faint, small because
Yeah.
you can never capture it on camera. I can sure because our eyes are much better. It's only with the eyes we can see those things faint. Yeah.
So yeah, it was great talking to you, like always. So
Yes.
thanks to everyone who listened to this session also. We hope to see you in one of our events. And
Yeah.
yeah, thank you. So that brings us to the end of Dark Enough today.
Thank you. Thank you, Shiva. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Doctor.
See you
We'll
next
see
time.
you.